Hello there, and welcome back to Building the Boys. It's time for our weekly catch up. Have you been? Good, I hope. I've been busy. I've been doing a lot, lots and lots, not just modelling stuff, all sorts of stuff outside of here as well. So, catching up with Titanic. Still haven't received the final four, which turns out to be the final five. So, those are coming this week, apparently. That's going to be interesting to see because we get the final four parts of the Titanic. It's about to finish the Titanic, which is going to be emotional. But everyone that's subscribing to Titanic gets the first part of the extension free. So we get the first part where you can build a large scale working engine. Now we've got working engines anyway, which you can kind of see in there. But this is a big one. Not everyone's doing it, not everyone's going for it, but I am. I kind of want to do it, so I'm going to have one. That's going to be nice. It's going to be fun. So we've been doing that, catching up with Titanic. There's more Titanics to come. I said there's more Titanics to come. There is more Titanics to come. There's more of everything to come. It's finding the time. So at the moment, I'm working a full day. I literally finish work and then I'm doing a lot of stuff with the wrestling at the moment because of the situation that we've got with the flooded unit and things like that. I'm very hands-on trying to find us a new home, basically, which is taking up a lot of my time, but I'm happy to do it because if it means the kid gets to keep wrestling, well, that's what we do as parents, isn't it? So that's a lot of my time. So it's difficult finding time, but I am finding time because I've got a week off next week. I can't wait. So I always take this week off. It's October half term for my kids where we are next week. So we've got all of our Halloween decorations to go up, and that's going to be fun. So I'm looking forward to that. Plus, it gives me time to finally catch up on everything. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I get the opportunity, I get time, which is a beautiful thing. So yeah, I'm smiling about that because I know I'm nearly there. I've only got like 2 more days, and then I've got like a good 9 days of just getting into this and doing some fun stuff. It's going to be good. New models, there are new models. I wish this was a good thing. It's not. There are new models available. So the Darth Vader from Fanhome, we spoke about that the last one. That's going to be a thing. And they also show the Iron Spider. I'm not going to show it because I'm not going to promote them. But the Iron Spider Spider-Man outfit is going to be available. I don't know what it does. Apparently it's not a static model. It looks like a static model, but apparently it isn't. But it's massive. It's not the same scale as Iron Man. It's huge, this thing. It's got to be a good 3 foot. It looks nice, but it's Fanhome. So it's like, I just get that. That's my thing. It's like, it's torture because it's like, I like that and I would build it, but it's Fanhome, so I can't because it's like, I'm like, I can't do it. It's like, so as an example, you always bitching about Fanhome. Because I'm still building a Fanhome model. I'm still building the gauntlet. And it makes me laugh. So like, we got the t-shirt in the last one that we should have got like 2 months ago, but it turned up in the last one. And then in this one that's being delivered next week, they keep doing this thing where they keep showing this part that they missed. I think it's 77. We never got 77. And it was supposed to be in this one. And then they remove it at the last minute and change it. You won't be getting it in this one, but it still shows up. You won't be getting it. So we've had like, it's so weird. We've had the magazine for 77. We just haven't had the parts. And it's like, Jesus Christ. So we're now always getting a part that has no magazine. Because like the magazines are like one ahead of the part. It's so weird. And I'm like, I've stopped even giving a shit at this point. I'm like, whatever. Right, I'm like, let's just get this finished. And now I'm thinking, I don't believe for 1 second. I love, and I don't mean it offensively, but how naively people are like, oh, but we're getting 77 in the last pack. Of course we are. It's like, I'll believe it when I see it. I just think, because magically it will turn up in the last pack. What do you reckon? I reckon like June next year we'll get part 77, but it's what it is. So would I voluntarily do that to myself with a Darth Vader or an Iron Spider? No, quite simply. So that's the way it is. But if you want to do it, as I said, you can go do it. But if you do, You got no right to be angry about the deliverers because you know what they're like. So it's that simple. You can't be angry if you pick up a rattlesnake. You can't be angry if it bites you because it's a rattlesnake and it's what it does. That's its nature. So if you subscribe to Fanhome and they don't deliver parts to you, or the parts turn up late, or they never arrive, well, that's kind of on you because that's what they are. That's their nature. So it's the way it is. So if you want to build it, buyer beware. It's kind of on you. But a few people, you build the Iron Spider? No, it's like absolutely not. I'm not even entertaining it. And then, are you going to build Darth Vader? No, I'd love to build Darth Vader, but no, no, I just can't do it. It's not happening. We are only like 9 weeks away from the Dalek going live through Hachette. We will build the Dalek, and potentially the Die Another Day Aston Martin, but sorry, No Time to Die Aston Martin, but that's not confirmed. Dalek's confirmed. The Aston Martin is not. So we're assuming that comes out at Christmas. It doesn't mean it will. There's an assumption it will. They haven't said it will. So let's just err on the side of caution on that one. But we'll see. So I have had more deliveries. I've had more Ford Falcon turn up, so I've got that to do. A few other bits and bobs as well. But we are just in catch-up mode. So I'm sorry for those of you who've been waiting for certain things that they haven't turned up. It's like I just said, I'm getting there. I will. And next week, I'm off. I'm off for the week. So that should be good. That should be a good opportunity to catch up on a lot of stuff I've got to do. And I can't wait for that. I really can't. But as I said, a lot of my time has been taken up with the wrestling. We've got the worst landlord on the planet, and I don't mind naming and shaming. It's a company called BizSpace, which are kind of a national company. The unit that we're letting from BizSpace, when it flooded, rather than repair the damage, they said, "Nah, we're just gonna get rid of you." It was like, really? And it was like, "Yeah, no, you gotta go." Like, okay. So we were on the news. We were on BBC News this week on the radio as well, and they released a statement. We'll treat everyone fairly and reasonably. It's like, will you now? Right. So fair and reasonable. Their definition of fair and reasonable seriously differs from mine because last night, as their coup de grace, when you think it can't any worse, you think you're just making it up. Now, I swear to God, this is true. So they've got someone bodging the roof at the moment, and I do mean bodging, where they're nailing like a tarp to the roof to stop any further water damage because we are still there until the 31st of December. They cut a hole in the roof, right? Whilst the kids are training last night, these guys start sweeping crap through the hole in the roof. Literally crap. Bird crap through the hole in the roof. Not just that, asbestos. So asbestos dust is just coming through the roof onto children that are training. I'm like, BizSpace are fucking demons. That's I never swear on my channel, but I've got to. Demons, right? Now, I'm all for anyone kind of making a buck, and they might have looked at it and gone, you know what, we can just get rid of them and then jack the rent up by 50%. Ha ha ha. And you're like, yeah, that's evil. It's like, but you're now sweeping asbestos onto kids, man. I mean, that's like next level evil. But that's what they're doing. I'm not even joking. So yeah, some choice words were had with the gentleman that thought that was appropriate. But yeah, so BizSpace, avoid them like the plague, because as I said, they couldn't care less. They have done absolutely nothing to help us out. We are in dire straits when it comes to looking for a premises, but we will find one. We're sticking with it, even if it means bumping on mats in a church hall for a month until we find a venue. Well, that's what we'll do, but we'll find somewhere. But it's a grind, and I just want to keep all the kids together is what I want to do. I don't want this taken away from them, because for a lot of them it's everything. It's everything. We've got a lot of neurodivergent kids in our class, and it means a lot to them. And so to have to say to them, sorry kids, it's all over because some corporations decided they want 10 times the rental of property on this one and don't want to repair it is heartbreaking. It just is. So it's what it is. I mean, we are staying upbeat, we're staying positive, and we're doing everything we can do. We have a massive show coming up in the prison, which should be a lot of fun. But if you do want to help, you can. There's a GoFundMe down below. If you can help, fantastic. I'm not expecting you to, but if you can, That'd be great. Back to modelling. So I've got some Halloween models to do. I've got a very bizarre brick build, which is 10 little builds that go together to make one big build. So that's going to be interesting. That's coming up. We have been telling our spooky tales. Spooky tales again. This is what I mean, right? So every time I post a spooky tale, I lose subscribers. Right? It's like, I don't know what it's like. Screw this guy, and they immediately leave. But it's not going to stop me from doing it. But every time I post a spooky tale, I lose subs. Like, how dare he do something that isn't models? Bang, off they go. And I'm like, okay, it's fine. But I'm not going to stop. So the spooky tales we've done so far is we've done the Tale of Bloody Mary, which is the urban legend, the ghost story about the face that appears in the mirror. We explain exactly what that is and where that comes from. And the other one we did was poison Halloween candy, which always does the rounds. So next week, when Halloween's going to be, you'll start seeing on Facebook and whatnot, but there are drugs in the sweets. There's not, right? So that video explains exactly where all that comes from, where this story of the razor blades and the apple and whatnot actually comes from. And it's a fascinating one. So if you are interested in just hearing well, I didn't know that, a 10-minute story, well, you can go see them. So Spooky Tales and Bill and the Boys are up at the moment. There'll be another one or two before the end of the month. And then we're powering on to November. Now, I mentioned briefly November, the last one. So it is Men's Mental Health Month. So we'll be having a check-in. We're just having how you're doing, and how's everyone doing in time for International Men's Day, because it's important. So that's what's coming up for November, and then November onwards, as I've done every year, and I will do this year as well. No matter how tired I am or how little time I do or don't have, I double content. So everything from November through December, there's a ton of content. So anybody that's been watching the channel for a while knows that throughout Christmas, there's at least one video every single day, sometimes two, sometimes three in a day. Because of that, because of men's mental health, because the clocks are about to change here. It's going to get darker. And it's about who you are. That does kind of affect your mood if it's dark all the time and whatnot. So, and it's nights in and things like that, and the weather's miserable, so nowhere to go. So I want to give you something to watch. I want to give you something to enjoy. And as joyful as a time as Christmas is for a lot of people, it isn't. So we want, I want to give you something to watch. You can check on your whole buddy Scott, and we can try and put a smile on your face. So that's why we do it. So over Christmas and November and Christmas, a lot more content. We do loads. And we're doing it this year as well. There is going to be a New Year's Eve live stream this year as well. I enjoyed the hell out of the last one. I mean, I did get drunk. That's the truth. I was drunk by the time we finished the Big Ben model. I don't know what we're going to build, but we're going to build something on New Year's Eve. Possibly Tower Bridge. I don't know. It would make sense to do Tower Bridge. Possibly Tower Bridge. I don't know. But we will do a New Year's Eve live, and I'll try and stay sober this time. But I can't promise that. But that's what we're going to do. Coming up, I have got Tank. So I've got Sherman Tank coming up, which is from World of Tanks. If you play the game World of Tanks, I have got a World of Tanks Sherman Tank coming up on the channel. We are running the scavenger hunt as well again at the moment, so you can win yourself a build with the boys keyring, you lucky dogs. You need to find David from the Lost Boys. I showed you him in the last video. Now he might be in plain sight right now. Have a good look around. You never know. He's not, but he could be in plain. We might be. He could be. No, he's not. He could be. He might be. No, he isn't. He isn't. I'm just joking. He's not. He's not available. He's not in sight at the moment. But he could be. If you see him, you have to be the first one to email me. He's the very first person that emails me when they've seen and said, saw him. You need to tell me what video you saw him in and what minute you saw him in. Now, you remember from the last one, Beetlejuice was hanging out in my pocket, right? And no one saw him. Only one person saw him, right? I'm not going to make this one easier, okay? Because I thought that one was bloody easy. It was blatantly there. I mean, it was there. It wasn't there 1 minute. The next minute it was. So this one will be... No, I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you. You have to earn that key ring. You want it. That's the way it is. But if you see him, you can win yourself a Build the Boys keyring. We are having more competitions over Christmas. Now, I have to be very careful about how I do this because the powers at YouTube are really funny about giving things away. Really, really funny about it. So I have to be very careful how it's worded and how it's done. So what we'll do is the actual contest will take place over on the Facebook page. So there is a Build the Boys Facebook page. When we do these, I'll post a link to it. The competition will take place there. The results will come out here. That way we haven't done anything wrong, YouTube. I promise you. Please don't demonetize me or cancel my channel. That's what we'll do because I don't know, it's a whole thing, man. You need to have like a full legal disclaimer and an independent adjudicator, and it's like, just giving a keyring away, man. That's what they do. But we are going to have some fun and games over Christmas. I've got some good stuff. I've got some good stuff coming up in the pipeline that I really want to do on the channel, and it'll be fun, man. It'll be really fun. So schedule-wise, I don't want to promise you anything I can't do. It's Titanic. It's what's going to be Titanic until we get either caught up or past where we were. So it's Titanic right to the end now. That's where we're going to be. But then it's smattered in there. There's going to be Halloween builds. There's going to be the World of Tanks build. There's going to be a couple of Fanhome models. I've got so much. But the plan is, I'm not promising it, but the plan is 2 a day. So starting on Monday next week, 2 a day. So the plan is 14 videos next week because I'm off. So there's nothing stopping me. I literally have nothing to do. And I can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. What have you been watching? Nothing, man. I've been working like a dog. I have watched Cobra Kai with the kid. I don't know what you're all seeing that I'm not, man, but I'm not enjoying it. It's not good. It's like, I kept hearing how good Cobra Kai was, and I was like, oh man, yeah, I look forward to that. So I watched it with the kid, and I'm like, this is bloody terrible. This is terrible. What are you seeing that I'm not? Because I keep hearing people say how good Cobra Kai is, and I'm like, it isn't. I'm like, it's like Saved by the Bell with karate. It's not good. And this is the weird thing about it. You start looking at it now as an adult and you go, what's wrong with these adults? They make out that the under 18s All Valley Karate Championship is the Olympics, right? It's like, no one cares, right? It's literally this one tiny ass area of California for an under 18s karate contest. It's not, we're not talking Nobel Prizes here. This isn't the World Cup. No one cares. And that's what makes me laugh. And it's so funny. And like the kids were convinced this was all karate. And I'm like, it's not. And they're like, what? None of what they're doing is karate. And they Googled it. They're like, oh God, none of it is. It's like, no, none of this is. I'm like, karate does not teach you how to do a backflip. It's not. This is pointless. It's ridiculous. Honestly, it's absolutely ridiculous. And you look at the adults in it that are trying to kill kids, and it's like, over what? The All Valley under 18s karate tournament. But this is ludicrous. I'm sorry if you're enjoying it, but I'm not, man. It's just bad. And then a trailer came out. So a trailer came out this week for a Karate Kid movie, and I'm like, what? And it's Jackie Chan from that weird Jaden Smith Karate Kid remake they did, and Daniel from Karate Kid. So they're saying that that's not a remake. That was a separate story. Now it's all one thing. And I'm like, right, the weirdest thing about the Will Smith Karate Kid, the Will Smith Kids Karate Kid, was that it was set in China, right? And it reeks of a Hollywood studio not knowing where karate comes from, right? And being like, yeah, the Karate Kid, but we're set in China. I'm like, they don't do karate in China. No, karate's Japanese. There's a clue in the name. It's a Japanese word. So they take the Karate Kid, they set it in China, and they teach him Kung Fu. And it's like, so why is this called the Karate Kid? It was just mental. But that's now a thing. So now it's going to be Daniel LaRusso from The Karate Kid meets whatever Jackie Chan's character was called in the Kung Fu Kid. Call it the Kung Fu Kid. But they didn't. Madness. That's going to be a movie. And I don't know how Cobra Kai fits into this, though. This is so weird, but Cobra Kai is not good, man. It's honest. You know what? If someone told me the guy that wrote Baywatch also wrote Cobra Kai, I'd go, yeah, I can see that. There'd be no, I wouldn't go, no. I'd go, yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. I can see that. The dialogue is that shonky and bad. Definitely. What's really funny is you can see the Netflix money kick in. So the first 2 seasons of Cobra Kai were they were a YouTube show, and then season 3 Netflix bought it and just threw cash at it. And all of a sudden you're like, oh, okay, every episode is no longer set in the dojo. They do go outside and film now because they got some money. It's funny. It's funny in not in a good way, in a bad way. I've fallen behind on The Penguin. I'm gutted about that. So I'm 2 episodes behind, so I've got to catch up with that. But it's I've been enjoying The Penguin. The Penguin's great. If you're not watching the Penguin on Sky Atlantic in the UK, I think HBO Max in America, it's really good. It's really, really good, and I've been really enjoying it. And it's kind of making me want another Batman movie, The Batman. Not, I mean, I've heard terrible things about Joker, Folie à Deux. Not seen it. It got that kind of. I've not seen it. I've heard terrible things. The ending's been spoiled for me, which I'm like, okay, yeah, that does sound bad. So it's. Are you surprised? I mean, it's a film that really didn't need a sequel. That gets a sequel, you're surprised it's bad. I'm not. But what it is. So. Titanic, because we're not that far behind, we're like 9 Titanics to do total up to the end. Titanic will be finished. The Halloween build will be up. There'll be a couple more Halloween stories. Falcon, so the Falcon is going to be progressed as well. If I can squeeze it in, there's going to be some Lancaster bomber. But the plan is for me to get as up to date as I possibly can by next week. Because I hate being behind, man. Can't stand it. I might even bring you some Infinity Gauntlet, but I don't think we can build it. I think with the 2 parts missing, I don't think we can build any more. I think we're just now accruing parts because we can't actually build it. Cheers, Fanhome. if I get a chance, I'll show you where we are with the Gauntlet, and we can. I'll show you. I'm not making any Fanhome videos. I just can't do it. Like I said, they don't pay me. They never did. But I'll be damned if I'm promoting their products. I'm just not doing it. Not going to do it. I've got Roker builds to bring you as well. Then before you know it, it's going to be Christmas. I've not put the Halloween decorations up this year, and I'm gutted about that. I am going to get them up for next week. They're going to at least be up for Halloween week because I love Halloween, man. I do. And it's again, that's how busy I am. I always find time to put my Halloween decorations up, but not this time. I'm going to get decent Christmas decorations this year. Last year's Christmas decorations sucked. They just weren't Christmassy. They're so bad and so un-Christmassy. I left them up. There was nothing that says Christmas about them. They were just a string of lights. They were the worst lights I've ever bought for Christmas. I was like, these are terrible. So next year we're going to get some decent. This year we're going to get some decent Christmas lights, and we're going to put those up because I like getting festive, man, and that's the way it's going to be. So we are going to do Christmas movies for people who don't like Christmas movies again this Christmas. We are going to do our annual retrospective look at Die Hard, but slightly different, right? So I've never done this before, and I'll probably never do it again, but I've been asked a few times to do this. So I'm like, we can do that. I'm going to do some watch-alongs. So I'm going to watch Die Hard with you. So basically, I'm going to watch Die Hard with you. So I'm going to watch it. You can start it at the same time I start it. And we could go through it together. We can watch it together. And that's what we're going to do. So if you would like watch along with Bill and the boys, you can. We're going to watch Die Hard together. And if you like it, we'll do another one. If you don't, we'll never do it again. Because it's a bit weird for me. It means I've got to sit there watching a movie and then just talking. But I'm happy to do it. So it means that you can start the video at a certain time. If you've got Die Hard on your screen, you can start the video and we can watch it together. So we can watch Die Hard together. Because Die Hard is the greatest Christmas film ever made. You don't have to agree with me, but if you don't, you're wrong. It's not simple. Now, before you start coming at me with your Muppet Christmas Carol and your Christmas Vacation, no, it's Die Hard. Die Hard is the greatest Christmas film of all time. And before you even go down that road of Die Hard's not a Christmas film, yes, it is. If you are going to say Die Hard is not a Christmas film, then you have to accept that Home Alone is not a Christmas film either. If you're prepared to do that, I'll talk to you. If you're not, no. It's like Die Hard is 100% a Christmas film. So we're going to watch it together. We're going to have a Die Hard watch along. And that's going to be on. I don't know when that's going to be on. I'm thinking that I'm going to put that on Christmas Eve. And and we will also do Christmas morning with Building with the Boys. If you saw the last one, I went back and watched it the other day. I'd never seen it. I don't watch my own videos. That's weird. I went back and watched Christmas Day with Bill and the boys. I'm like, wow. And I'm like, I'm half asleep through the entire video, right? I'm barely awake because it's about 10 past 5 in the morning, I think, when I was filming it. And I'm sat there trying to wake up and make a video at the same time. But I want to have my presents with you. So I'm going to do it again this year because it was just funny. I was half asleep and I'm trying to wake up with tea and stuff. But we'll do it again. It'll be good. It'll be really good. What would you like to see? So what would you like to see through November and Christmas? And don't just say Titanic. I know. I'm catching up, man. Or, you haven't done this yet. I know, right? Not that. What would you like to see that we don't normally do? So if there's anything we don't normally do on the channel, what would you like to see? And we'll do it. We'll have a look at it. So if there's something for Christmas you'd like to see done, well, we'll do it. If you want to ice cookies with Building with the Boys, well, God damn it, we'll ice some Christmas cookies as well. Whatever you want to see. If you want to see, if the idea of watch along sounds appealing to you, we'll try it out. We can try something before Die Hard to see if it works or not. Maybe watch a horror film at Halloween or something like that. But we can do a watch along. If that appeals to you, we can totally do it. If it doesn't, God no, let's know. But if there's anything you'd like to see that we've never done before, let me know and we'll do one. We'll do one. I've not done an Ask Me Anything in forever, so we might do one of those. So if you want to do an Ask Me, which literally just ask me anything. You send me questions and we'll answer them. We might do another one of those or whatever it is, because again, I've got a lot of space to fill in November and December. So any content you want, let me know, and we'll see if we can fit it in. That is all from me. I will be back either tonight. It's a bit late now. Possibly tonight with another Titanic. If I'm not tomorrow, there'll be another Titanic up. At least one more Titanic tomorrow, but I would imagine 2 or 3. And then we're just about rolling now. We're just about rolling. So, it'll be good. It'll be good. In a world where you can be anything at all, just be nice. If you haven't yet, please remember to both like and subscribe. It helps the channel massively, and we do appreciate your help. You can contact me at buildingtheboys@outlook.com. We'd love to hear from you with anything you've got to say, any suggestions for the channel, anything you want to show us. We'd love to see it. If you ever want to shout out for a birthday or an anniversary or a bar mitzvah or whatever it is, let us know, and we'll do a shout out as well. We're more than happy to do that. Take care, and I'll see you very, very soon for more from Build the Boys. Bye-bye.